Chapter 338, The Omen Eyes. This chapter is updated by novels.pl. Ziyin Yang's skull split open. His handsome and arrogant face was torn up by a powerful strength. It was now a bloody mess. It turned into powdered blood in the end. Witnessing this dreadful sight, Ziqian's qi had a violent shock. The genuine qi circled backward through her body and she almost fainted. Brother! Letting out a loud cry, she was in inconsolable sorrow. Tears welled up in her eyes as she charged at Li Yi. Chen Xie was also a bit surprised. After all, Ziyin Yang was very famous among the younger generation in Omen Ridge. He was super talented. This sudden execution had been unexpected. She wasn't paying attention and Ziqian escaped. Frowning, Zhang Yuochen quickly grabbed her shoulder. He held her back in case she acted on impulse. She could lose her life. Zhang Yuochen, let me go. I want to avenge my brother. Her eyes were red. She unceasingly recalled her older brother's love for her when she was little. Although he wasn't so tender as past anymore after both of them had been trained to be killers, she could still feel his care and love for her. She almost broke down for her brother's sacrifice for her. How would she be afraid of the powerful Yi or warriors of the black market anymore? The only thing she wanted to do is to fight Yi to the bitter end. The genuine qi in your body is flowing backward. Regulate your movement to control it right now. Otherwise, you will become a dead man before you even reach Yi. Zhang Yuochen infused a stroke of genuine qi into the meridians in the center of her back, helping her to control the genuine qi in her body. Gradually, she gained control of her genuine qi. With a cold gaze in her eyes, she said, Zhang Yuochen, let me go. I want to kill Yi. You are no match for him. Don't act impulsively. Zhang Yuochen shook his head resignedly, said, leave it to me. I can help you. Ziqian hesitated slightly and raised her head. She stared deeply at Zhang Yuochen. Zhang Yuochen was very calm, as if he was talking about something that happened every day. Standing not far from them, Huang Yanshen was furious. She stared at Zhang Yuochen angrily. She hated that Zhang Yuochen was helping another woman like this. At the bottom of the hill, Yi withdrew his palms. He glanced coldly at Ziyin Yang's dead body. A killer dares to violate my will. Does he really think he is somebody? The black market warriors watched in silence, as silent and numb as a cicada in cold weather. They showed more awe toward Yi. They could not help lowering their heads. They dared not look him in the eye for fear of accidentally offending him and dying a violent death. Yi had killed the son of the Hades department owner, the top genius of Omen Ridge, like it was nothing. They were worthless to him. Subsequently, Yi looked at them with a cold expression in his eyes. See, this is how a disobedient person ends up. You should never make the same mistake. Yan Siming was also shocked. This young master had actually killed Ziyin Yang, without any warning. He was really not easy to deal with. But he was very smart and instantly knelt down on the ground, bowing respectfully to Yi, saying, Ziyin Yang went against his superior. He deserved more than death. Young master, you are brilliant. Other black market warriors knelt down on the ground like they were kowtowing to the gods. They dared not think of rebelling against him. Yi nodded in satisfaction, lifting up his hand. You may all rise. As long as you are loyal to the black market and me, you will certainly reap the benefits. Their warriors suddenly felt released. They agreed secretly that they had indeed received several benefits upon entering the Dragon Palace. Some of them had found spiritual doses in the Dragon Palace and reached the Heaven Realm, becoming big shots among the martial arts. They were grateful to Yi. It had to be said that Yi did have the potential to be a person of high social status. He had ruthless means and ways of winning over people's support, making them respect and fear him. Yan Siming took a look at the hill and sneered. It is surprising that Zhang Yuochen and the female assassin from the Hades department have such a close relationship. It seems that the Hades department is not entirely loyal to the black market. Ziyin Yang indeed deserved to die. Young master, you made a good decision in killing him. Yan Siming was a smart person and knew how to judge the situation. Obviously, the best way of showing loyalty to Yi was to suppress the Hades department, making warriors of the black market think that Ziyin Yang deserved to die and the Hades department should be punished. Yan Siming, don't make an unfounded attack on us. The Hades department isn't unfaithful to the black market, Ziqian said coldly. Yan Siming sneered. You and Zhang Yuochen are very close. Do you still dare to say that you are loyal to the young master and the black market? If you are really faithful to the black market, you should kill Zhang Yuochen immediately. Let our young master see your loyalty. Ziqian gnashed her teeth in anger. We are loyal to the black market, not Di Yi. Di Yi is my enemy. I can't live under the same sky as him. He killed my brother. Di Yi narrowed his eyes. Good point. The overseer of hell has a good daughter. Unfortunately, in Omen Ridge, various forces of the black market listen to me. Their warriors' lives are all under my control. Anyone who dares to disobey me is opposing the black market and deserves to die. Zhang Yuochen said, Di Yi, you think too highly of yourself. If you don't control your temper, I'm afraid that you will die a violent death before you can develop fully. Others will take your place as the young master of Black Market Excellence Hall. Oh, is that so? Di Yi wore a metal mask with very ferocious patterns. With a smile he said, it is indeed unknown how long I can live. But I do know that you certainly won't live through the night. Really? Zhang Yuochen said. Di Yi changed the subject. Of course, if you hand over the Dragon Sarira and are loyal to me, be my shadow, I can consider letting you live. Born as a saintly being, he had enjoyed early success and was unbeatable among the same generation. Di Yi was a dominating figure. Anyone who dared to be his enemy would only end up dead. Shankiki said, we didn't find the Dragon Sarira. You can drop the idea. Whether you found it or not, it's not up to your words. Di Yi cast a cold glance at Shankiki, shooting out two sharp lights. They pierced into his eyes like two sharp needles. Shankiki only felt everything go black and a stabbing pain in his head like it was going to explode. He immediately shut his eyes and took 2 steps back. Luckily, he had dragon's blood in his body. Otherwise, the lights would have blinded him and even turned him into an invalid. What a terrible gaze. My eyes hurt badly. Shankiki instantly regulated the dragon's blood in his body to his eyes, using the dragon's strength to offset the power of the lights. Zhang Yuochen reminded him, what Di Yi practices is one of the 6 masterpieces, Omen lithograph. It is said that Omen lithograph has 36 pictures in total. It was left by a great god in ancient times. Every picture can help you successfully practice a matchless magical kung fu. The black market has 9 of them. You can have Omen eyes if you practice any picture into a certain realm. Try your best not to look into Di Yi's eyes. They can easily attack you. Zhang Yuochen had fought with Di Yi and had a rough idea of his capabilities. Di Yi's martial arts were indeed similar to the ones of Omen lithograph. 800 years ago, Ming Emperor Palace had also had 2 pictures. Zhang Yuochen had watched them for a period of time. But he thought that the martial arts in it were too evil at the time, so he did not practice it. Di Yi smiled. You are observant. Indeed. What I practiced is one of the pictures on the Omen lithograph. The picture of utmost Omen. Suddenly, Di Yi gave out a slight yell as he stared at Shankiki, who was offsetting Omen Eye's power. There was a slight golden dragon power emitting from Shankiki's body, driving out the power of the Omen aura of golden dragon. Di Yi was exceptionally joyful. The hill was indeed a dragon tomb. The golden dragon had been buried under it 800 years ago. Since the power of the golden dragon appeared on Shankiki's body, one of them must have gotten the dragon Sarira. Swish. Di Yi applied a superior class spiritual stage martial technique, flowing light and flying cloud. He moved his feet and flew out like a black arrow of light. More than 33 meters away from Shankiki, he stretched out one of his arms. He turned it into a big hand of genuine chi and grabbed Shankiki. The hand was more than 33 meters long, and every finger looked like a post. With the help of the strong power of the Omen, it could shatter the hill. Di Yi's cultivation was terrifying now that he had reached the heaven realm. At this moment, Zhang Yuochen pinched his fingers and pointed out his little finger, striking out a sword wave. Convergence meridian ripple. Zhang Yuochen's movement was like floating clouds and flowing water. It was done in one try. The radiance suddenly appeared on his fingertips. The heaven and earth spiritual chi for several hundred meters around seemed to gather on one point. All of a sudden, a burst of cold air hung over the dragon tomb. Swoosh. The river water was totally frozen into ice, forming a 5-meter-long ice dragon. The giant hand clashed with the sword wave, with a crash that sounded like a ceramic shattering. The strength of the sword wave was invincible, flying through the giant hand toward Di Yi. From the ground, It looked like a meteor flying through the sky. With a terrible cold power, it attacked Yi. Shatter for me. Yi infused limitless genuine chi into the black dragon ghost claw on both of his hands. The inscriptions on the gloves were almost all activated. The small scales radiated black light. The genuine martial arms power broke out.